So, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Um, Obviously, you can see by the title of this, we're going to get into a few things. I'll start by like, comment, subscribe, and so I really been listening to everybody because I'll start with I'm not married, so me not being married, I just figured, I should stay out of it because I learned through life experiences and things like that. You shouldn't interfere with married people's situations and things like that, you know. But this is a little different because, this is a former president, a former first lady, right? And the initial thought I thought is notice the language: former first lady, former first black president. Now, I mean, all that stuff is up for debate. I'm not for the sake of the conversation. That's what we're gonna go with, right? Just like they never really say, and I mean, the verbiage has changed a little bit, but they'll say ex army, ex air force. But you notice they always say former marine. They never say ex marine. So it's kind of like once you have that title, you will always be that title, right? So, to see Barack walk down that aisle and all the boos and not really a fan of his politics. And I even did a video calling him out. If you look at my past video, I called him out on what he said to the brothers. But I feel a little different about that, you know. And the reason why I felt a little different is because, like, I'm into movies, a little bit of TV shows, things of that nature, and how I grew up. Excuse me, and watching people around me. There's decorum, right? And this is what people don't understand. And it seems like this is why you have what you have now, right? Because you guys haven't learned discernment, decorum, anything of that nature, right? When I was in the Marine Corps, there's decorum. When you deal with positions of power, there's decorum, there's rules, there's things that you got to do, and whether you like it or you in your feelings and all that stuff, that shit don't matter because it's all about decorum. And it's like, I don't know what happened with this generation, this experience, whatever it is. It's like you guys have no discernment and no decorum, right? Because you got people out here defending it, right? So that tells me everything about you. But I'm gonna land the plane in a minute. That tells me everything I need to know about you. Like when you say things like, "Oh well, she's standing on business." No, because standing on business would actually be backing your husband. He walked into enemy territory, if you will, for the sake of the conversation. He walked into enemy territory, and he had to walk in by himself without his wife on his six. Like, that's crazy to me, right? And this is coming from a man who's not even married. I'll tell you that. If that was me, I would have dumped your ass. That same day, I would have filed. I would have filed. You would have been donezo. Out of here. Because there's no way that my job is to protect and provide for you, and you come out here and give me your ass to kiss? Yeah. Yeah. I don't care what the circumstance is. You handle that behind closed doors, because that's the culture I came from. Husband and wife, they have their issues. They handle that shit behind closed doors. You don't make a public spectacle of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And people could get mad and try to jump in my comment section or even try to call me and try to correct me. You ain't correcting this one. You know why you're not correcting this one? Because if you jump out and do it, you know it's wrong, and you gonna be wrong and strong, right? So like, and what made me feel this way, right? Because lately I've been watching Yellowstone, and I like the Yellowstone series, 1886, 1923, blah blah blah, right? And I there's a lot of strong women characters in there, like women that could be like, yo, those are strong women, but it was kind of like they never emasculated their man. Like, today I was watching 1923, right? And there was a scene with Harrison Ford, and I forgot the woman's name, right? Um, Pretty much Harrison Ford got into a situation. He was bedridden, and she's crying, she's upset, she's nursing him to health. And then, because I'm trying not to spoil it, because I'm just setting up the precedence of the conversation. And he got angry at something, and he pulled from his bootstraps, got dressed, put the saddle on the horse. He was ready to ride out, and his wife came to him, and she verbally tongue lashed him. But you know what I noticed with the verbally tongue lashing and everything? She didn't do it in front of the world. She didn't do it in front of the cowboys that he employs. They were by themselves. There was nobody around. She told everything that she felt, and she let him have it. But it would be behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Like, it, and even in that, he was explaining how it was all about preservation, and it's not about hurting you. It's about protecting you. You know what I mean? Like I said, you check out the show, because I'm not gonna spoil everything around it. But the point that I was making in watching that, it just showed me that the women have strength, but they never embarrass their man, right? And if you want to take it racial or culture, why does it have to be people of color or black people that gotta put their ass on their shoulders and act the fool? Everybody else's wife showed up. Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Let's call it what it is, right? Strong and independent feminism. See where it's getting y'all right now? Because a lot of people are calling it out, and a lot of people are upset about it, and it was disappointing. For me, it was disappointing, right? And like I said, I might not necessarily be a fan of his politics, but for the aesthetics and seeing that, it just, there's no hope. Like, if the first black woman first lady of the United States of America could do that, what you gonna do to a UPS worker? Which nobody else ain't got. That's the highest. That's the highest shit you can get. The president of the United States. That's the highest shit you can get. And you know what's crazy? When I'm talking about this, I'm not even talking about the politics of the man that's being inaugurated right now. I'm talking on the level of husband, wife having each other's back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some wild shit. But you know what? Through all of that, there is a blessing in it. It really is a blessing. And men, it's not even my thought. And honestly, a lot of the stuff, it's probably similar thought, but I'm not the first person who's on YouTube saying it. There's people with a lot more. God, I gotta shout out just everybody, because everybody's sounding off on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anton Daniels, AM, Coach, because Coach gave me the point that I'm about to break down, how actually Michelle Obama saved the men. I'm gonna break that down, but that's something he said. So I don't want to take credit, but there's so many thoughts. I just have to shout out everybody, right? That I watched. I mean, I watched from CNN to TikTok to Instagram. There's so many people. So my thoughts might not be original thoughts, if you will, but I will say that it it just made me look at like my life, culture, all of that kind of stuff, and it's just like we lost, man. We truly lost, and we lost our mind, right? We did lose our mind. Like I said before, we have our ass on our shoulders. That's what we got going on right now, and it was just demoralizing. You know, like just like any job or like people that know me, the job that I have and everything else like that. The biggest thing is morale, right? So people, it's easy to sit and say from no cameras on you, sitting on your couch. It's easy for you to criticize. It really is. And even now, that's what y'all doing. It's easy to criticize, but half of y'all don't have the cojones to step up and handle what needs to be handled. If you could do such a better job and you got such criticism, then step up and do it. If not, then sit down and shut the F up. Straight up and down. Cause y'all got a lot of shit to say, but y'all ain't got the move to do it. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into how Michelle Obama saved the men that are looking for wives. Right? It's real simple. Right? What he said was, it is a great vetting question. Right? All you have to do, all you have to do is ask a woman that you're on a date with or whatever, what you think about the Michelle Obama thing? And if she turns around and says, "Oh, she stood on business. That's what she is, strong and independent," and all that stuff, and then you just ask a follow up question. So, didn't it make Obama look bad? Well, it don't matter because he's allegedly cheating or whatever it is, and blah blah blah. You know what you do at you know what you do at that point, fellas? This is what you do at that point. You turn around. You you don't have to crash out. You know what I'm saying? We grown. You don't have to crash out. You turn around. You finish your dinner because you probably pay some money for it. Even get another drink. Call for the waiter. Say, "Hey, garçon, come over here. Bring the check. Pay the check. Take her home. You don't even have to worry about saying kiss or goodnight. Be a complete gentleman. See you later. Don't ever call her again because you know why? If she thinks it was cool for him to do, you're virtually a nobody next to that person. So therefore, when it comes a time where you need your wife to have your six, you already know she's not going to have your six. So therefore, you saved yourself a whole bunch of money with marriage, and then when you eventually find out, you save a whole bunch of money by divorce. There you go. Shout out to the coach. That's how you handle that. And thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for helping us vet you women that ain't gonna stand for your by your man at all. And then of course you're gonna be in my comment section. Well, he's a strong man. He don't need no woman. Well, guess what? You right about that. He don't need you or whatever. And just as a disclaimer, if it does come out he's cheating, I don't condone that either. That's not saying I'm condoning that. I'm just saying we going off the information we know. That's how we operate, and what we know is her black behind was not there. That's what we know. We know that. That's what we know. Now, If they already announced a divorce be prior to the inauguration, maybe it might be a different tone or whatever the case may be. But there was no announcement. There's no nothing. As far as we know, they they're married. That's what we know. And the crazy part is when he was in office and everything, right? I mean, come on, let's be real about it. His picture's on a wall in some people's house with Jesus on the top, Martin Luther King on the left, maybe JFK, and Barack. He on the wall in some people's houses, and that's how you gonna like how some people were joking around that's Jesus' cousin, like like obviously jokey joke, but you get the point what I'm getting at. Like he's held to a higher esteem, just like she is held to a higher esteem. And then also, right, when you have the women that come out, right, when you have the black women come out and go, oh, when a man gets money and blah, 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 he dates outside his race. Next time somebody says that to you, fellas, all you got to do is say, I got 2 words for you. Michelle Obama. Have a good night.